Hey everybody, it's your host Jamie. Are you a big town person or a small town person? I have lived in both, so I totally understand the perks and the quirks of both. That's why I'm a little bit of a big fan of Stanwood, a town that's just a really easy 90-minute drive north from Seattle. Stanwood combines small town charm with big town amenities, which is why I chose it for my next weekend getaway. Stan, would you join me? Welcome to Weekends in Washington, the travel show where I visit the most enchanting towns in the Evergreen State, and with only the weekends to do so. Follow along as I bring you what's new, who's who, and where to stop along the way. The weekend starts now. As always when visiting a new town, my first stop was at the Chamber of Commerce in order to get the Stanwood scoop of events and activities.
So Stanwood is a really fun and interesting place. Everywhere you look, there's beautiful scenery. The people are charming and friendly, and if you ask where to go, they're gonna be more than happy to help you. I think that this area is such a great stop to get away from the hustle and bustle. Even when I go down to Seattle just for a day, I'm exhausted. Have your time to reset from the busy, crazy Seattle. We actually have an art gallery down the way, which I'd highly recommend you check out. You're gonna wanna stop by Mammoth Burger. So that's one of our newer burger joints in town. You're definitely gonna wanna check out Kayak Point. It's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. Their yurts there are absolutely amazing. I would definitely recommend going and checking out the birds. It's the season for snow geese. That's actually our mascot as the Chambers.
A snow goose birding festival in February, a studio arts tour in May, a car show in June, more arts festivals in July and August, a golf tournament in September, and a Christmas tree lighting celebration in December. Who knew there was so much big stuff going on in such a small town? Yeah, there is no dull moment at Stanwood.
Lots to do around here no matter what time of year you come.
There was way more to do than I expected, so I was glad Elaine had a Discover Stanwood Camino magazine on hand for me to reference in the future. For now, I just wanted to take in the town with a Stanwood stroll down Main Street. After a few hours getting to know local businesses, I worked up quite the appetite. So I took Elaine up on her suggestion to go to Mammoth Burger for lunch. The friendly staff asked if I'd ever had a Mammoth Burger. Another big experience in this tiny town? I was up for it.
It's all yours.
1.5 pounds of local beef with a 1/4 pound of cheese, plus thick cut bacon, crispy fried onions, lettuce, tomato, and mammoth sauce on a gigantic artesian bun. Okay, this large burger was going to be no small feat. So I had my crew help me tackle this mammoth monster of a meal. Man, that thing was delicious. Now, unsurprisingly, I was stuffed. But I didn't want a beautiful afternoon in Stanwood to go to waste. So, per another recommendation from the Chamber, I Googled bird watching companies and was fortunate to connect with Stephanie Fernandez, owner of Skagit Guided Adventures. When bird was the word that I had never birded before, she was just a teensy bit excited.
Oh, I've never birded. Oh, how fun! Welcome to birding! So these are the snow geese. They fly all the way from Russia to spend the winter here because there's food here.
Wonder who the first goose was. It's like, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna see what I'm gonna see. I'll come back in a year and let you know. It's like the Christopher Columbus of geese.
You have to be respectful of the birds themselves. You don't want to affect their behavior. We also don't want to disrupt the habitat, meaning you don't want to go stomping through the marsh or in this case the fields.
Yeah, be a mindful birder.
A mindful birder, exactly.
While birding with Stephanie, we were able to drive from the biggest noise like this to experience the smallest noise like this. Those, my friends, are fittingly called trumpeter swans. At 30 pounds, they're the heaviest North American bird, right here in small-town Stanwood. After such a successful first birding experience, I thought I'd buy myself a celebratory birding beer. So I flipped through the Discover Stanwood Camino guide and found a brewing company housed in Stanwood's historic volunteer fire station. Welcome to Saul. Saul. Seal? Saul.
How do you pronounce this?
It's pronounced sail, and it stands for Stanwood Artisan Ales and Lagers. Our top selling item is the fish taco, hands down. Mahi fish taco, $3. Happy hours just built into the menu. It's every hour. It's really small town feel, even though it's got Camino Island and Stanwood, 2 different counties really, joining at one community. It's really diverse because of that. When people come in here, they're like excited, and so it's fun. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, the vibe's awesome here.
As recommended, I spent the night in the crazy comfortable yurts at Kayak Point Park. Seriously, these things had electric heat, plug outlets, and plenty of room to spread out, making for a great night's sleep. It was so nice to just wake up and hit the walking trails without having to hop in the car. I strolled through a lush evergreen forest before arriving at Kayak Point Saltwater Beach, piled with pretty driftwood that made for a good resting bench as I stared out over the 3,000-foot shoreline. I ended my stroll on the 300-foot pier that extended into Puget Sound, where you can usually find a lot of people crabbing and fishing year-round. Okay, here's where not having an itinerary can be just as great as having something planned every minute. When I was visiting the Chamber of Commerce, I had bumped into Stanwood's mayor, and then I bumped into him 2 more times that day. So he invited me to the Stanwood Town Hall to hear more about this charming city.
You're an hour and a half drive from Seattle, and then from here you've got access to water, mountains. Is an ideal location. Very friendly people in a quaint small town that take a lot of pride in their community.
The mayor also told me about all the numerous activities happening year-round, but he totally caught my attention with something called the Great Northwest Glass Quest. It's an event that brings in like 10,000 people to the area over a 10-day period in February. Questers can go on this treasure hunt for like little clue balls in order to be able to win a big hand-blown glass ball.
Would you like to see one?
Yeah? Holy cow, look at this thing. Man, I gotta meet these people. I was so excited to go over to Glass Quest, but I was kinda hungry for some lunch and a beer, so I asked the mayor what he'd recommend.
Boy, probably the hotel that's haunted. They've actually had, the companies that come in and set up the machines and certify that it's haunted.
Jigga what? I almost missed out on a haunted hotel and saloon? It just goes to show ya that's really great to meet the locals in order to get their tips and tricks. The meal was delicious and huge, keeping with the big things and small Stanwood theme. With my body's tank refueled, I headed to the outskirts of town and found Glass Quest, the hand-blown art glass studio.
Glass Quest is a glass-blowing art studio that me and my father are the 2 glass blowers. And we've been here for over 20 years, and you name it and we can make it out of glass for you.
A glass octopus.
I can make a glass octopus. We're kind of tucked back in the woods a little bit. We kind of like that. We're off the beaten path a little ways. But if you do venture out here, it'll be well worth it. You get to hang out, watch us blow glass. It'll probably be closer than just about any other studio you could go to. Actually feel the heat, sweat with us a little bit. There's so many people in Stanwood and Camino that are also artists of all different kinds of art. And so if you want to get to experience all different forms of art and go to some really cool local places where it's happening, Stanwood's your spot. It's pretty cool. And Camino.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we get along.
Marcus's enthusiasm for the local art scene inspired me to squeeze in just one more trip. And soon I found myself at the 3,000 square foot Matsky Art Gallery and 10-acre sculpture park. Owner, creator, curator, and artist Carla Matsky gave me a tour. You could easily tell that the changing of seasons, let alone the different times of day, make this site of geometric playfulness a treat to visit year-round. As the rain began to fall, I realized I should probably be heading back home. I'll say it just one last time. For a small town, Stanwood was a big surprise. From its recreation, to its restaurants, to its real down-to-earth locals. If you're a workaholic like me and just need a few days to get away so you can just stop in Stanwood. I'm Jamie, and this might be the best weekend you've ever had. Okay, I'm just gonna,
Oh man.
hang on, there's an approach to this, I just know it. Hang on. I think I need to take a nap already to have even started.